Bro Plata is live, everybody, and I am on my cell phone. Yay, me. I'm updating my laptop like a good American should, and decided to give myself a little bit of shit because I'm on my phone now. Yay! We thank you guys for watching every time we do a live show. You can see us on the MMAholes.com. Shout out to the MMA Holes for having us on their network. We've gotten a huge bump because of them, and for all the people that are watching, we appreciate you. Every time you leave a comment, make sure to also thumbs up and subscribe. Leave a comment below because that helps the algorithm out on YouTube as well. We are on Facebook, YouTube, and Tim's favorite website, Twitch, hashtag cancel Twitch at all times. And Tim, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm assuming I sound a lot better than you right now. I just really had to go ahead and have crappy gear. It's fine. Actually, I told him the other day that this almost happened to me. Luckily, my update was really quick. But also, even if I did have to wait for my update, I wasn't the one who's going to screw that episode up because that was the one where you were sleeping through the whole thing. So even when I screw up, you screw up more. So there we go. That should be the motto of this episode. Every time Tim screws up, Ray just screws up more.
Yes, I will do anything for a podcast, but I won't do that, everybody.
Is anyone listening yet? Because I don't want to get into this until someone's paying attention. Because Jim Steinman died, everybody. It's a bummer.
Yeah.
It's a bummer. You know what? I'm not ready to talk about it. Let's talk about something else. How's your day?
Dude, it was good, man. I started on the west side of Cleveland and slowly inched my way back to the east side doing my job today. Very low-key kind of day. No real issues. No places that had anything where I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get everything. But it's a fun time being in pest control. I missed it a little bit, not gonna lie.
Really? Because every single day I get a message from you about you bitching about it. Every day, and that's fine. Listen, if you don't bitch to somebody, you might explode. That's kind of how people work. And that's fine.
Like a week.
Like a week.
Yeah.
Come on. I haven't done it in like a day and a half, man. No, that's basically so I'm expecting next week to get double the complaints.
So no, this week's gonna be fun because of the fact that UFC 261 is happening on Saturday.
That's true.
We'll be talking about that later in the show.
Almost went. Was going to go. Decided, me and my buddy, Alan, we decided that we're still a little nervous about COVID. I think both of us have only had half a vaccine. So we're not quite ready to do that yet with 15,000 people. Although I was excited about it. I was thinking about it. But we're going to Cleveland tomorrow instead. That should be fun, except, dude, it's been cold. It's supposed to be warmer tomorrow, like a good bit warmer, like 55, which is still pretty cold. But it won't bother me too much, man. I like baseball. I don't mind freezing for baseball.
Yeah. I can't wait for our trip, though, to Pittsburgh. That's going to be a lot of fun. Making a bro trip out of it. That's going to be a great time, man, because you've never been to PNC Park. I get to show you all. Oh, it's going to be fun.
I've never really got to see good parts of Pittsburgh. You know, the last time I was in Pittsburgh, I've only been there a couple times ever, and it's not that far from me. It's only a little further than Cleveland is from me as far as drive distance or drive time, but I don't go very often. The last time I was there is probably doing a mic, probably ham bones, probably.
Yeah,
a while back. And
ham bones. All
yeah.
Right.
Besides that, I think we talked about that before. Your hate for ham bones, but
no, I love ham bones. It's just dead now. Like it closed.
Oh, that's that. Oh, I got you. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. But yeah, I don't go very often. But when I was in Little League, my Little League coach was a Pirates fan, and even though he was him and his kids are the only people that were Pirates fans. He's like, let's all go to a ball game. Yeah, a Pirates game, because I'm a Pirates fan. So so we did go see a game at Three Rivers, which was pretty cool because I think that was the year that Barry Bonds signed with San Francisco, and they played the Giants. So that was fun.
1990.
Probably 8.
I believe.
What?
93, 94.
Okay, maybe it wasn't the first year, but he was definitely with San Francisco. It was later in the 90s.
Yeah.
Would have been like 97 or 98.
Yeah, that I actually went to, I believe, a San Francisco. I went to a game in like 97 against the Giants, actually, at Three Rivers. My dad took me for my birthday, so I was able to like have that and have that moment of being in Three River Stadium at 8 years old. Like it was dope, dude. I love PNC though because it's small and you feel at home any like part of the park that you're in. And I've been there, fuck, probably a good couple hundred times. Yeah, my parents every year for the summer they would take us to, I think it was like 3 or 4 games a year at PNC Park. We do like one month, and then we do another month in like June and July, or even like August if my dad wanted to. I remember seeing Leonard Skinner after I believe it was the last game of the year against the Houston Astros when they were still in the National League. And like that was a cool night. You got to watch, like I got to see Leonard Skinner play, for like the 80th time. Because I've seen Leonard Skinner a lot.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is surprised by that fact. Of course, like who of the two of you, who has seen Leonard Skinner more? That's not a surprise. Yeah, that makes sense. I saw Brooks and Dunn once. I told you that at Rodeo in Houston, but that's it's about as white trash as it gets for me, really, and not necessarily true. I mean, there's a lot of rock bands that are kind of trashy, but
my favorite Brooks and Dunn story I have is I was part of this thing in Colorado. It was the first time I'd ever been out there, and Ronnie Dunn sang the national anthem and did a solo performance after the game that I went to. It was the Rockies. I can't remember who they were playing, but who was their big guy for a while?
Todd Helton.
Todd Helton. I watched Todd Helton. I think it is like 1200th RBI or something like that. At the game,
he had a lot. Okay,
yeah. He was. I actually have a Todd Helton T-shirt that I got from Coors Field when I was first there.
Yeah, he'll be a borderline guy into Hall of Fame, but now that Larry Walker made it, I think he'll probably make it too eventually. But because Larry Walker made it, and I think he actually had a better career than Larry Walker. Well, as far as just being a pure hitter, he did. Decent first baseman too. But yeah, dude, the Indians are playing the Yankees right now. They got, dude. I talked about what was I gonna say? Oh, I talked about Shane Bieber the other day, right? How great he is, dude. He was scheduled to pitch tomorrow, but the fucking snow, man, fucking blizzard we got. What?
I thought it was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yeah. You keep breaking out. I'll finish it. Okay. What I was gonna say was, yeah. Again, you didn't let me finish. That's what I was going to say. He was supposed to pitch tomorrow, but because of yesterday's game getting canceled because of the snow, they pushed everybody. So he's pitching Saturday, and Logan Allen's pitching tomorrow against Jordan Montgomery. It's lefty. The only thing I'm worried about is, man, the New York Yankees, although they're not playing very well, and the Indians are winning right now, they have a lot of right-handed power bats, and Logan Allen's going to have his hands full. But it is what it is. I hope they win when I'm up there because it makes it a lot more fun. Also, I'll probably go to the casino, right? And it may go good or bad there. Should be fun, though. We got my buddy decided he wanted to get a fancy room, so we spent money we probably shouldn't have. Instead of getting like the cheapest, crappiest room in Cleveland, which we probably should have, we're like, no, we got some money, right? We spend something. We got, we got like this high-rise room at the good Hilton, downtown, not the one next to the stadium, but the one downtown.
Okay.
The one that's like a skyscraper, the giant one.
Yeah, you're talking about the Hilton by the stadium, right?
No, the other one, the one downtown, like a half mile or a mile from the stadium. I don't know why. That was his choice. I don't care. I'm gonna get mad at him when he's making me walk a mile, but fuck him. I'm gonna take a lift. I'm taking a lift for a half mile. Make him walk. You end
up using one of those city bikes. You're like, I'll pay $5 and drop. Fuck it. I'll grab a bird scooter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. One time when I was in Columbus, we were going to Ohio State game. He wanted to ride those, and I was definitely afraid of him. I'm like, no, I don't want to do this. Why? I'm like, it sounds terrible. I do not want to try this.
It's actually quite easy. I did it in Denver a few times. Did the bird scooter thing, and bird, and I think I did a couple lift scooters. People would like stash those things. By the way, they would like stash them in places, and you'd find them in like the parking garage of like an apartment building, and you're like, "What the fuck, man?" And then you're like, scoot off. You know, it was fun. Good automatic little electric thing for it. You can go pretty fucking fast. Not gonna lie.
I had a gas scooter when I was a kid.
Ah,
Had a weed eater engine. It went like 30 miles per hour. It's fun.
I'm looking into for the summer in Cleveland, getting what's it called? Oh, one of those
a moped.
What?
A moped? You gotta get a moped?
Fuck no.
You seem like a moped guy. You do.
No, I'm more of a Vespa guy. I think that's like R.I.P. to Joe Howard's Vespa, by the way.
Do you have a motorcycle license?
No, but I want to get one of those electric bikes that goes like 35 miles an hour and stuff like that. So I can go to like comedy shows within, I would say, half hour of me on that bike.
Get an enduro. Get an enduro. Like, there's a kid I went to high school with. He used to drive his enduro to school. Like, it's like it's a dirt bike. For whatever reason, you can when you're 16, you can drive it. So, or 15, I don't know. Anyway, he didn't have an actual license, but for whatever reason, you were allowed to drive an enduro on the road. So it's like, and he was big. He was a big dude, bigger than me. Real big dude driving this enduro. It was interesting. From school on a dirt bike.
A Honda Ruckus. I've never seen that before, and I kind of want to know what it is, to be honest with you. Sounds interesting.
I don't trust it.
Yeah, I want to actually do those because the bird scooters and all those. You just make sure you're not like drunk. I would recommend doing it stoned.
We talked about this, man. I'm better drunk than I am stoned. We talked about this.
I know, but you gotta get your shit together, son.
I know, but I'm saying like you can do something stoned. I can do it drunk. You know, so I can't do it stoned. I can do
many things drunk, but I mean, some of them aren't legal in some states.
Wouldn't it be fun to get a DUI and an electric scooter? That'd be fun.
No, you're sadly holding it and going, I'll never get home.
Was that Matt Farkas says that joke about getting a DUI on rollerblades?
Yeah.
Like with the helmet and the matching knee pads, just with the 40 in your hand. That'd be amazing.
I knew guys that I went to high school with that they were such like bike nerds, like actual like bike riding nerds, where they wanted to get speeding tickets on their bikes and go like as fast as they could. And I'm like, first of all, that's ridiculous, and second of all, please don't wear your helmet when it happens, when you crash, because I don't want you on this planet, to be honest with you. Like,
well, you know what? I was about to say you're a monster, but we know this. We are well aware that you're a fucking awful person.
Trying to break the law, you're doing dumb shit. So it happens. But they want to play Schwinn Gump. That's perfectly fine with me. Man. But yeah, man, I'm happy though right now. I'm not gonna lie, shit's going really decently.
Oh shit! Don't say that out loud, Ray. Knock on wood for Ray.
Decently. Said decent. I didn't say the G word. You know I shouldn't ever say that G word. I went to Pete's last night, by the way.
Okay.
For the
Tommy Thompson?
No. That's tonight.
That's tonight. It's Thursday. That's right.
And then I think it's him and Dave Landau, with Tommy featuring and Dave doing a headlining show. If you don't know who Dave Landau is, you got to go check Dave Landau out. He's currently working for Steven Crowder on the Louder with Crowder show that starts around 10:15 every day on YouTube. And Dave is a breath of fresh air on that show. because I just don't like Gerald. So I love the fact that Dave came on there and is now the funny on that show. Besides Steven Crowder, sometimes his shit is really hilarious. I know Tim hates his guts, but
I don't hate him. It's just every time I watch him, it just makes me want to go, come on, man. Come on, man. Listen, I mean, at the same time, if there was or is any like a show by a guy who calls himself a comic who's liberal, which is most of them, and just starts and talks as much about how the right is terrible as much as he talks about the left is terrible, it would also be annoying. So I wouldn't want to watch that show. I don't really feel like watching a political comedy show that often. Not for that long, at least. I mean, I'll watch like other stuff like The Daily Show or.
See, I watch him and I watch Ben Shapiro. So
Shapiro. I mean, listen, he's a smart dude, but he's like, man, he's a slappable guy. That guy.
He's so
like maybe the most slappable guy.
He is so autistic. I love it. He is like the definition of the spectrum. Like everything is literal with this guy, but he can throw off a line or two sometimes. You're like, I fucking like that. That's decent.
No, he's definitely a smart dude. I don't agree with a lot of everything he says. Not nothing, but the funniest thing was the WAP thing. That was so funny.
Oh my god!
Because he's like, this is like the world's nerdiest man. This is like this guy's married to a woman. This guy got he has kids. Someone has sex with this guy. This is amazing.
I want to.
I have nothing against it, dude. What?
Real quick before we go back to bed, I want to acknowledge this lovely troll by Casey Jones. I see this a lot in internet comment sections or YouTube comment sections, and I'm glad we finally got one. To be honest with you, I'm happy we got an RIP Joe Rogan troll.
I don't get it. Are we supposed to be like, did he really die? Did that guy said he'll live to be 200?
That's why I did that, because you will see people in the YouTube comments be like, I didn't know Joe Rogan died. And you're watching the comments live and you're like, yes, fucking Mark. I love it. Let's do it.
That guy's never going to die.
No.
He's going to be living forever. Probably when he does that, they're probably going to freeze him like Ted Williams, right? And like 30 years later, he's going to be back. Season 2 starts 30 years after his podcast, starts 30 years after his death on a robot body.
No, I was going to say more like Space Boy from the Umbrella Academy. Like, I think Joe Rogan's like head will be on a chimp in like 2500. Like, I think on it, or he'll just have like tubes and he'll look like one of the jars in the heads, or the heads in the jars from Futurama. Like, I see Joe Rogan being a head in a jar and just being like, this is the greatest day ever. I am so glad in 2600 to see the UFC still alive and well.
Tonight is UFC 38,451.
And let me tell you, Stipe Miocic, the 15th, is going right where his great grandfather left off in the heavyweight division. And he is definitely a man that will be able to take out anyone in the robot division, because he is technically a cyborg. Nothing? Really? I thought it was hilarious. You fuck. Not even.
You ever
laughing.
see that movie Real Steel? That's something that happened. This is a good question. Ray, did you see this? I'll put up Casey's comment here. I don't know if I didn't see this. I didn't see it happen after the show.
Did they actually? Who was?
Apparently, did they? That's funny. Maybe they took pictures. I heard them talking about it as I watched a good at least half of that episode. With the taint measuring lady. But they're measuring it. That's funny because like while I was watching that episode, I had to reach down there and like try to. She like said 2 inches. I'm like, hold on. Yeah, there's at least. I'm good. I got enough taint down there. I got enough gooch. Just enough gooch, like 3 men and a baby. Just enough, not too much gooch. Just enough.
Flaps are fine. They're of a good nature.
Sure. But no, it's a fun episode. He had this doctor on there who talks about people losing testosterone. Actually, you know what I hear? Basically, if everyone's taints and their genitals are going to be smaller from the lack of testosterone because of this plastic or whatever. That means eventually, Ray, like our dick sizes are going to be higher and higher up the charts as time goes on.
Yeah.
Right, because everyone's going to be born with smaller dicks, and our average is going to be like, poof, 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 poof. We're going to go up the percentile for sure.
We'll look like alphas among Japanese men, is what you're saying?
Yes. Yes. However, I also think you think, and my thought was, oh man, we're gonna be cleaning up as old dudes because we'll be the only ones with testosterone, although we really don't have a whole lot to begin with. But then my thought is,
look at this beard. This is This is a man full of test, and I don't even know how. Like, to be honest with you,
so
I'm very effeminate.
That damn elk you ordered off the internet. No, I was saying, but probably what will happen is this like attraction will change, and then like people won't be they won't be attracted to like lady boys now, like which is fine. That's fine. Is that something I'm allowed to say, lady boy? Probably not.
Yeah,
I apologize.
It's a porn term, so yeah,
okay.
I'll allow it.
I guess I really meant effeminate men. Like extra feminine.
That's called soy boys. To like be honest.
How about twinks? I know what a twink is.
Oh yeah. Well, those are just adorable. To be honest, you just want to kiss them on their forehead and like tuck them in. You're like, what the fuck? I want to know how
cover them in glitter. Let them skip around the yard.
Dad crying in the living room, going, I can't believe this happened.
He got a perfect score in his ACT. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He never played football.
He's a twink, Alice. This is why I drink. What is a twink? We used to eat Twinkies when we were high. Now my kid is filled with cream. How did this happen?
The other thing, like when people our age our kids are like teenagers, it's going to be a point that if like you hear about someone's dad having a problem with their kid coming out of the closet, like they're going to get more shit from other parents for even having a problem with it. So it's going to be a whole thing. Like if you have a problem with it, you got to keep that shit to yourself. This is going to be true, which, hey, I'm fine with that. But we are, us, the millennial adults are a woke bunch. Even the ones of us that aren't that woke, I'm woke-ish.
Yeah,
I am probably woke for the most part.
Oh, you're way woker than I am. So
that's probably true.
I know a lot of stuff, but I just like I actually said this to a fellow comic recently. I consider myself more like socially aware than woke. And then like I like black culture. So I'm already like I get some of my lessons from like music and the people I like and stuff. Like I learn through them is how I always say.
Yeah, we got to watch out because then you can get accused of
statement, by the way.
Hold on,
you don't make anybody gay. No matter, that is a universal thing. I mean, I've known methed out guys that like all they do is SD for drugs.
I'm trying to give you shit for appropriating black culture. And
because I don't consider myself that guy.
With your damn phone, if you talk, I have to get so far out of the way, or else no one will hear what you're saying. So now it's is your computer done yet?
No, it's 21 right now. My favorite.
It took 10 minutes to get through 20 minutes to get 2 points. That sucks. So there's not a lot of hope there. Where were we? I don't know. Yeah, what'd you say? Meth? Yeah, okay, sure. We all saw Tiger King. Man, I really wish that Trump would have quit him, just because I want there to be another series, just a life after, but the years after jail of Joe Exotic. That's what I want to hear. I think one of my favorite things about that whole documentary is that the documentary guy, he didn't think his life was going to be that. He didn't think he was going to be making that documentary. When he went to film school, decided he wanted to be a filmmaker. That is not the documentary he wanted to make, but it fell into him, and he's like, I have to do it. Like, I have to make this film. And I don't think he wanted to be the one to make it. I mean, he's happy now because he probably, it's been good for his career, and I'm sure he made money off of it. But like, while it was happening, he's probably like, why? Why is this? Why is it me? Why am I the one who had to stumble upon this crazy story?
He actually, David Spade has a after Netflix show or something like that right now going on. Okay. And for their premiere episode, they had the guy that made Tiger King on the show, and he even said that himself, like, oh, I thought this was just going to be some kind of like routine bullshit. And then he was like, when I experienced what I experienced, holy shit, what did I get myself into? You hit the nail on the fucking head, man. And he's that dude, the guy with one leg, the trans man with one arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's one, you want to talk about woke. Like that was one of the most woke documentaries ever. It had everything: gay people, fucking amputees, poor ass fuckers eating out of fucking. The meat thing was hilarious. It was like,
yeah, the Walmart meat truck. Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I didn't realize that the guy who got his arm ripped off was a trans male, because they were calling her through the movie, and then like afterwards I saw an interview and like, were you mad they were calling you her she when you identify as a male? She's like, no, but a lot of people on the internet were mad for me. I'm like, yeah, that's how it works. Yeah. She's like, I don't care, but everyone else is gonna be super pissed. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, just because they were saying that, no one said it on the documentary, which is a mistake on their part, but. Whatever. Obviously, she didn't care too much, but everyone else did, which doesn't surprise me. That's how people are. So, but dude, yeah, it's one of those things. I watched all the way through. I couldn't stop watching it, and I watched it like when it first came out. I'm like, what is this? Okay, and then like for 2 or 3 days before everybody else caught up, I'm just telling anyone I see, like, dude, you have to watch this thing. It is the craziest thing. It is the greatest thing you'll ever see in your life. I was telling my brother, and he's like, dude, you told me, man. You told me a week before I heard about it. I'm like, yes, I told you. It blew up because it was the best. I'm going to have to rewatch that whole documentary.
I watched
a year. I'm ready for it.
I watched it like 2 or 3 times after it happened, just because I'm like, after it was released, just because I'm like, this is not real. Like this whole documentary. And then there's pictures of, since I'm a wrestling fan, there's pictures of The Undertaker and his wife, Michelle McCool, at Doc Antle's fucking place in the pool where they had the fucking tiger. It was like, what the fuck is this? This is like the weirdest shit ever, man. Like, how the hell do you have a dude like Joe Exotic, Doc Antle? What was the other guy with like the plain name? I can't remember, like the dude that ended up taking it over.
Todd something, or man, what was his name? I know you're talking about the guy with all the affliction shirts. He only wears affliction shirts. That fucking guy. Like, listen, I think most people could run into one of those in their life, but let's all of them just together in this this rigmarole of a situation, this weird caper.
Jeff Lowe.
Jeff Lowe. Okay, that's right. Yes. Okay.
It hit me.
It's Derek Lowe's brother. That's dumb. Anyway, but yeah, it's fantastic. Every one of those characters are one of those ones to the left. Well, I mean, I know a couple people kind of like some of those people, but not all of them at once, And those people that I've met, I've only met them. I don't know them very well. Or I've seen a couple guys, maybe the one leg and no teeth guy or something like that. But I love how like you just assume through like almost the whole series that guy got his legs ripped off by a tiger. They don't talk about it until like the end. He's like, "Oh yeah, no, it had nothing to do with that." Everyone assumes that, but no. It was still like a skydiving accident or something.
Yeah, it was or no, zipline accident. Ziplining. That's right. Oh my god, that movie though, it was like you just said. I showed my friend Shauna the movie because we were locked down together. So, like, basically anything I watched, she technically watched for a little while. Like, we actually went on like an Oz binge and watched the entire series, which like season 4 through 6 just gets out fucking rageous at times. I don't know how the fuck people like watch that show in the 90s, but after I was like, dude, we need to watch this. I'm like 4 episodes in, but I don't give a fuck. I'll go back to the first one and then watch it with you and get like your reaction. And we watched every fucking episode, like I think over 2 days, and it blew our fucking minds. Like, I don't know how the hell Joe Exotic, the whole fucking thing was crazy. I don't know If I was a documentarian, that would have been like, oh my God, I'm getting an Oscar. Like I'm getting best documentary this year.
Well, it was a series. So they made that rule a couple years ago. They call it the OJ rule because somebody won an Oscar for the OJ 30 for 30 series, but it was like 8 hours long or something. So they made like a maximum time or something. But anyway, he could have won an Emmy. I don't know if he did or not. He should have.
Yeah.
But no, this one of those few documentaries, and I watch a lot of documentaries, but a few of them, like you're on the seat the whole time, like that's not real. Nuh-uh. The whole time. Like Icarus is one. But this one was also hilarious. So, dude, it was great. And there's a reason why everyone loved it because it was just, I mean, I said all the time, like, if they would have made that reality show, I would have not paid attention to it. It would have been like Dog the Bounty Hunter. And I'm like, this is probably mostly fake. This is stupid. This is dumb. But because it was a legitimate documentary, you're like, no, that is the way that story had to be told.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Because I mean, Carol Baskin. We all.
Oh, we didn't even talk about her yet.
Yeah, I was about to say that woman. I was. By the way, to the family of the man that I can't remember the dude's name, who she fed tigers to. Your family wins Troll of the Year, by the way. Because when Carol Baskin was on Dancing with the Stars, the family took out a goddamn advertisement thing. Basically, Carol Baskin killed our father. Like, what a baller move that is, by the way. Like, spending advertisement time to take this bitch down. Like, I hated her and Dog.
Oh, for sure.
Through the entire thing. I felt more bad for Joe because I'm like, he's just a meth head. Like, he's an idiot. Who gives a shit? And then you're like, oh, yeah, he shot tigers. And then you're like,
Yeah, I mean, either like it's like one or two things with that lady's husband, right? Either she did kill him, which seems pretty likely. The other one is that he did just escape to like Costa Rica or whatever, and he did it like in the most brilliant way possible, which isn't impossible. But it's one of those two things. Has to be. I don't know what the other things could be. Something really crazy that we have no idea about. But yeah, okay. Well, that was fun to talk about. We got a lot of good fights coming up, Ray.
Oh, we do have fights coming up, sir.
John Lineker won last night. Did you see that?
Who?
John Lineker. The bantamweight. He was in the UFC a long time. He fought for one last night, won by knockout. He looked good. He was supposed to fight Cody Garbrandt a few years ago in Pittsburgh. But he fell through, and they got, I think, Augustus Mendes or something. And Cody knocked him out because there was tons of people from here there because it was in Pittsburgh. So it was almost like a homecoming fight for him. It was the closest one he's had so far in his MMA, his UFC career. But he never did end up fighting John Lineker. But John Lineker was tough dude, man. He knocked a lot of dudes out, and he won last night.
Good for him.
I don't even know where he was. I didn't know he was at one. It doesn't surprise me, but
I didn't even know that. I thought that was a Friday card. I didn't know that one.
No, they're all Wednesdays now. Or lately, they've been like 3 Wednesdays in a row now. Which I mean, I'm afraid if I turn it on, I'll accidentally watch that wrestling that you make me watch. So
yeah, you don't want that. You do not want to, like, even as a wrestling fan, I say AEW blows cock.
Right, like, it's called All Elite Wrestling. So that's your All Elite of your sport. It says it right there. It's called All Elite. So that must be the elite of your sport. So that's what I'm thinking when I'm watching this is the best that you have in that sport because it says All Elite, and this is what you get.
The only good thing about AEW, and I will never call it All Elite Wrestling, by the way, because I went to one of their shows and it was underwhelming at best. Spent $40 to be in the back of fucking the Wolstein Center in a half full building. No, that made me sad. And here's something that made me happy though. And shows the power of local professional wrestling. If you have local like professional wrestling stars, like Cleveland, we technically do. Buffalo has some local stars and celebrities and shit like that in wrestling. During AEW Dark, which is like their YouTube show that they do, and then they'll like do a thing. All of a sudden, you hear an AIW chant for Absolute Intense Wrestling, which is the local fed here that I want to take you to. And as soon as I get my vaccinations, because I'm set up, by the way, sir, for May 15th, I'm getting shot. I'm getting shot. Yay!
Good. That's when I get my my second one, like right then.
Ooh. I'll be fully vaccinated by the time we go to PNC.
Yeah, me too. My arm stopped hurting today.
That's not good.
I mean, no, it's not. No, it's just a normal. Like, I mean, you do get a needle stuck in your muscle, yeah, so it's not. It's just bruised, but it doesn't hurt today. It only hurt when I touched it. Like, it didn't actually hurt. It was only like it was just bruised. Like when I did this, I'm like, oh yeah, it's still bruised, but it's fine today. What?
I said, don't do that.
Yeah, I figured, but I just wanted to make sure, see if it was still hurting today. It wasn't. It's fine. So that's good. You're getting your vaxes.
Yeah, May 15th, and it's at. I actually had to like have my job arrange my schedule around it because it's at like almost 1 o'clock, like 12:54.
That's a Saturday.
Yeah.
I already only do that. Know that because mine is the 17th and it's a Monday. So
yeah, I'm excited, a little nervous, but I mean,
it took me 10 seconds. I mean, do you have to go in? Like where I had it done, they did it in the car.
I'm doing it at a local community college.
Okay.
In here near where I live. So my friend Shauna set it up because honestly, I'm a fucking technological like elderly person. Like I look at technology the same way that like a boomer or the greatest generation looks at shit, where I'm like, I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, even I could figure it out because they set it up for old people. Like they want old people to figure out how to be able to use it. So that's how easy it was. All it was put my name in and my phone number. That's all I had to do. And they called me. They didn't ask for very much information. I mean, they did ask for my social security number when I got there. I mean, I had to fill out a paper. That's about it. They didn't ask for very much, and they don't have to pay for it. And then some lady came out, and when I was in my car, stuck a needle in my arm real fast. I don't like needles, but it was a pretty small needle. It's pretty quick. It's better. It was better than getting like blood drawn or something. And then they make you sit there for 15 minutes to make sure you don't die on them. So that was it.
Yeah, that's my big fear. Like I'm already overweight. I'm almost at 230, which is not good for my frame at all.
It was fine for me. I mean, yeah, completely fine. The only thing, my face got a little red, but I wouldn't have noticed if I didn't take a shot. So it might have been nothing really. And then I had the bruise, but like I heard everyone kind of gets that little bruise for a little bit. So it's not a big deal. It didn't hurt that bad. Like I said, it only hurt when I was like, is it hurt yet? Yeah. So it'll be fine, most likely. They told me the reactions are super, super, super rare. So
yeah, that's I'm just looking forward to just got a weird text.
Oh no.
Well, that's an issue.
Wait, what?
Nothing.
Okay.
It's a personal thing. Oh, well. Okay.
And now Ray has crabs, everybody.
No, luckily nothing's burned in the last couple of weeks, so I'm fine. I'm okay on that.
But did that text tell you that you should wait? And I mean, you should assume that it's going to happen soon. You should be anticipating burnage.
No, nothing like that. It's more. I got some information about somebody, and now I've lost interest. That's pretty much what it was. But okay, yeah. Then. So it's that'll be a nice text and possibly a go fuck yourself. So that'll be nice. Not on my part, on the person I'm texting. But I'm excited because I just want to go to concerts again, dude. I want to be able, if the UFC comes to Cleveland, I want to be able to go to that. You know, I want to bring down the numbers. I think I had it back when it like wasn't a thing yet.
Dude, everybody thinks that.
I know.
A lot of those people are wrong, so I don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
The flu season was bad last year too. Like I had the flu last year.
Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely. I kind of want to get one of those antibody tests just to see.
Yeah. Because ever since this thing started, I've been mashing vitamins. Like, so, yeah, I mean, I probably have too much vitamin D now. I've probably been taking too much. So, if that helps at all, because the doctor on Rogan said vitamin D. I'm like, I can do that. That's something I can do that doesn't involve me exercising or not eating good foods. That's really easy. That's most of those vitamins are gummies and they taste good. That's easy. So I've been doing that.
I haven't done shit, to be honest. After I got sick, because I was down for like I remember actually, it's kind of funny. Now looking back on it, it's funny because there's been time, but I felt bad for a little while and possibly guilty. I had a cough for like, I couldn't shake for probably 3 weeks. And like at its worst, I was at LVT and like I couldn't even breathe on stage.
You asshole.
Yeah, no, I thought it was just like a cold or something. And I could like, work the cough out and drink some whiskey or something like that. And it nope, didn't work. So I might have been a super spreader. Who knows?
Canceled.
Didn't even know it.
Canceled.
I've probably been canceled a few times.
Canceled.
It's okay. Me and Anthony Savat can be bosom buddies. So,
well, what happened to him? He was canceled a lot too.
He actually did talk about getting canceled at Eurogyro one time when I was there. It was really funny. And then he followed it up with the fact that Ray Hyclak is getting laid during the pandemic makes me more depressed. I liked that joke. That wasn't
there a video online of him saying the N-word on stage? Like
possibly.
He did it one time or something when he was drunk or something, and like probably only comics were there, and then one asshole with a phone and decided to put it on YouTube.
Probably. I mean, I don't rule out anything in this day and age, brother. Like I'm
pretty sure he said that. Not just that word, but maybe once, but that it's on the internet.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wouldn't be surprised if there's video of him saying it online if he did. I mean, again, when somebody says it guarantee that's the one thing, man, that like with camera phones and everything nowadays, I literally make conversation with my customers and make it as like homogenous conversation as humanly possible.
You should anyway.
Everybody has phone.
You should anyway, right? Like, well, but yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you with that job? But it's like if you do have video of someone publicly like saying the N-word, you now have a bomb. It's like you have a bomb now that you can detonate on them whenever you want. Like, oh, now I have this on you. So
yeah,
that. I mean, not necessarily mean anyone's going to use it, but like that person who caught Morgan Wallen on video yelling at his friends and saying the N-word, like, well, now I can fuck over Morgan Wallen's life. Upload, done.
Yeah. Oh, Morgan Wallen, you dumb son.
Honestly, the saddest thing about that whole Morgan Wallen thing is that its record sales went up.
I know.
I'm like, what does that tell you about his fan base? I'm like, what the hell, man? That's not good. Not good.
Like, and I wasn't surprised by that at all. Like,
I'm also not much of a fan of his. I don't think his music's very good.
I've never heard a song from him.
He's a bro country guy, kind of. Yeah. Nothing too special about him, but just like that. And he's the guy who got pushed off SNL because there's those videos of him making out with chicks in Alabama, which that's hilarious. I thought that was funny. Right, it was during the pandemic.
Now because of that video.
What?
I thought he got kicked off of SNL because of that.
Video. He got pushed and they brought him back like a month later.
Oh, he got pushed.
And they did do a pretty funny sketch with him though. And Jason Bateman played Morgan Wallen from the future, and he was like in that bar with the chicks. It was pretty funny. Like, no, I'm you from the future, Casey. It's like that's what I look like in 3 weeks. Yep, yeah, that. He's like, the girl said if we make out, she won't put the video online. I thought that was foolproof as well. Yeah, it was actually funny. Yeah, I'm glad they made fun of it.
Yeah, because sometimes you have to, man. Like humor to me, Who is it on? I forget the.
Tragedy plus time, bro.
Yeah, that's why I think was it 2000 was the AIDS episode, and now in 2021, I think AIDS can be a joke because like PrEP exists now, so I think that can possibly be a joke,
Yeah,
right?
that's like a hard cold now, isn't it? I mean, no, so I don't want to say like that. I know it's still very serious, but my point is like it's definitely not what it used to be. It's not a death sentence anymore.
No, there's
Yeah.
not a stigma anymore
They
about it.
even have preemptive drugs for AIDS now. I saw that on television. I'm like, what is this commercial for? I'm like, oh, it's an anti-AIDS, like it's the AIDS control. Yeah.
You know what I love too, and this is just a like an opinion that I have about that stuff. It's kind of funny now how it used to be such a stigma of like only gay people like can get AIDS, and most of the like AIDS drugs commercial is all gay men.
I know.
Like you never really see
I know.
you never really see like I was on heroin and then they like show their arm and the fucking pit from the goddamn like needle and shit. But yet it's just like that guy got his ass eaten out like 5 minutes before he like did that role. You have to
Or why he's filming the commercial. Why not? Who knows?
uh,
Knocking out two birds with one stone. Who knows?
it's just funny to me how like even sometimes we say stereotypes are bad and then it's like, oh, this is great, this is amazing, right?
Oh yeah, sometimes they're hilarious. Yeah, sure. What were we talking about? AIDS. What were we talking about besides AIDS? Pills. I don't know. There's something else I was going to say about that. I don't know. I don't remember. Fights though. We can talk about the fights. I am excited for these fights. Big card. Originally, I didn't know what I was going to do this weekend. I didn't know if I was even going to be able to watch them, but I think I will be home Saturday, so I'm going to be able to watch them. Masvidal, Usman too. Right? We kind of talked about this at one point when they first got announced. Why? I mean, I understand why. Okay, number one, there's no like super clear contender at welterweight right now. I mean, Colby Covington maybe, and I think they did say he's going to get the next shot, which makes sense. But I think it's number one, they sold well on pay-per-view the first time these guys fought, and that was right when we started doing this podcast. I think it was the first fights we talked about. And also Masvidal did take it on super short notice, and he did, he got outclassed, but he also didn't have a camp. And if you remember back then, he was talking about holding out. Right? So all of a sudden you're like, oh, he's not going to fight for a while because he's trying to get a new contract. He's trying to get more money. Then all of a sudden, because this came up, he's going to get extra money for taking it on short notice. He took it and had to drop 20 pounds super fast. Had a hard cut, obviously, but made it. And then, okay, I get it. So I guess this is number one. They wouldn't be doing this if he wasn't an exciting fighter and he wasn't fun. He couldn't sell fights that he can. But they are also doing it for that reason, also because they're kind of giving him a pat in the back. Okay, now we're going to give you a full camp and see what you can do. Also, Usman wanted it because of how much shit he was talking about it. He's like, oh, if I had a full camp, I'd beat you. And he's like, fine, dick. I just knocked out Gilbert Burns. He had a full camp, right? He had more than a full camp. He had a couple camps because there's COVID involved. And I just knocked his ass out, right? You want to talk shit? Fine. Get a full camp so I can beat your ass again. And I think he's going to, 100%. I think it's going to be closer, but I still think it's going to be a decision. But I would think Masvidal may win a round or two. He may stun him a couple times, like Gilbert Burns did. But I would assume that absolutely Kamaru Usman will win this fight.
Yeah, you can make the argument of that, but I am going to pick Street Jesus in this. Just because I'm going to use blind fandom on this.
Okay, I was waiting for like a really good argument from you, but you have none. Okay.
Well, no. Here's why. Okay. Yeah,
we just said blind fandom.
He had to drop a lot of weight quick in the first matchup. So obviously you're not going to be fighting at your best. He's probably got his people working on his diet so he can get to the weight perfectly. And my thing is, I've always had faith in Masvidal's hands, and with a full training camp where he didn't even have one basically in the first fight, I think Kamaru Usman is going to win this fight. and he's going to do it using that just straight up street Jesus fucking punching power he has.
Masvidal, you mean?
It's going to look like him versus Ray in the backyard in Florida. Like, to me, I honestly think that Kamaru has really great hands, but I think Masvidal needs to use his speed in this match and make sure also to avoid the takedown. That's going to be huge.
I don't think he's going to be able to, but yeah, obviously that's obviously going to be part of his strategy. I don't think he's going to be able to. And again, Kamaru Usman would be silly just to stand with him because of how much better he is on the ground or how much better his wrestling is. Do I think he can probably beat him on the feet? Maybe, but it would be kind of dumb to try when you can beat him. Definitely know you can beat him with your wrestling and getting your body on him and getting dirty in the clinch. You didn't say Usman though. You just say I think Usman's going to win this fight, but you meant Masvidal, right? Okay, I know what you meant. We got it. That's fine. We figured it out. I'm trying to look at the from the odds. Give me a second. Here they are. Woo! Usman is a minus 435 underdog, which I could be wrong. I mean, excuse me, favorite. Minus 435 for Usman. I think that's bigger than he was against Burns, I think. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I'll put money on Masvidal. What's Masvidal's line?
320. Plus 320. So it's it's more than 3-1. That's a good line if you think he's going to win, but I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah, I mean, the last time when he fought Burns, Usman, I told you put money on it because I told you I had a feeling. But this is crazy. But that feeling I figured out was just him dropping him once. He got that in. He got a drop in, but that's it. He knocked him down once. But after that, Usman's a beast. I don't know if anyone's going to beat that guy for a while.
You never know. I mean,
obviously. I mean, that's how it works.
It's one of those things where we don't know. Pure speculation is pure speculation. I mean, that's the thing with this, man, is like, I honestly, with a full camp, I think Masvidal has a little bit of an edge. Not much, but enough to eke out a win in the end. And I think he's going to do it by decision. And
I think you're insane.
Well,
I think that's an insane thing to think. And I will apologize to you if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's any chance of me being wrong. And especially, you think he's going to outclass him for a decision, and there's no way on earth that happens. And the only way he beats him is if he finishes him.
It's going to be like a step or two. It's not. I'm not looking for. I don't think that he's going to run circles around him. It's
just enough to win. No, I think it's impossible. I think it's the least likely thing for him to. Yeah, as far as him winning this fight, the least likely way for him to win would be a decision. I think if he wins, he has to knock Usman out probably quickly. Before the championship rounds, for sure. Although he's always dangerous, but I don't think there's any shot that he's going to do it late. I don't think there's any. I mean, if he has a shot at all, it's going to be finishing him with a nice shot. But I don't think it's going to happen. And I think there's no way at all that he wins a decision. I mean, listen, I'll gladly apologize to you, but I think there's no possible way. I mean, there's no way. I would give you great odds on that. Because I don't know what the odds are on him winning by decision is, but I'm sure it's kind of nuts.
Probably that you'd basically be a billionaire if that happens. And I might do it like an AG bet this weekend on top, like a $50 bet or something like that.
Dude, I didn't tell you this. I decided to become an investor the other day, and I fucked that up. Bought Dogecoin, bought it too high. It's my fault. It was a stupid mistake. What I should have done, because it was on 420 when everybody said it was going to go to the moon, and it didn't. But what I should have did is watch it for a couple days and then saw how it was doing and then decide when I wanted to buy it instead of just logging on and buying it. I was stupid. Bought it. It's definitely down since I bought it. But the thing is, it's on the long haul now. I mean, it's supposed to eventually go to $1, so I'm just going to hang on to it for a while.
So you're going to hold the line?
Love isn't always on time, brother. What is it at now? It's at 26. I did not buy it at 26. We're not going to talk about it.
You invested way too late.
I say is, if it does what it's supposed to do eventually, then it'll be fine as long as I hang on to it, which I'm going to. But who knows?
It absolutely won't. There's no way that nobody's going to get behind Dogecoin, dude. Like, Bitcoin has already got too much of the market share. It's got way too much, son.
Well, this is definitely like a fad that will
By the way, D-Rest,
probably
we
die.
absolutely remember you, son. That's why we love you. MMA Holes showing up, MMAholes.com. Make sure to go to that for all your streaming needs. But no, yeah, Dogecoin ain't gonna be shit, dude.
Yeah, it's a fad, but it's still supposed to. I mean, by the end of the year, they said it's still. They think projecting that it will be close to $1 by the end of the year. So, remember? Yeah.
I remember. I remember D-Rest.
Do you remember?
But yeah,
September.
do you remember the 5th of November? 5th of November.
The 25th time is September. You don't remember? Is there a joke that we don't get? There may be something we're missing here.
Possibly, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we don't. I don't know.
We got an R.I.P. Joe Rogan today, so I'm very happy with that. Not you. What are you talking?
I don't know. I'm lost. I don't know. You think we're supposed to remember things from like other episodes? Like, do you remember what happened last episode? I don't know. I don't even remember when we did that. Now I'm just curious what he's talking about. Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter. Move on. Let's talk about one more fight, and then we'll talk about something more important. Then we'll talk about the rest of the fights. How's that? Does that sound good?
Bring it up.
And so I want to talk about this one because I don't know about this one, Ray. This one's my favorite fight on this card by far. This is Weili Zhang and Rose Namajunas. I'm so excited for this fight.
Yes.
Last time Weili Zhang fight is very possibly one of the greatest fights you'll ever see when she fought Joanna. And it was fantastic. I love that fight. So good. So close. So good. And now she's fighting Rose, who's also fantastic. She's a fantastic striker. She's got pop. She's knocked people out. She's so good. Right? She's getting that good Pat Barry dick, which probably makes her good, a better kickboxer. I don't know. Oh yeah, okay. No, I do remember that. I do remember what you talked about.
Yeah, we should have listened to D-Rest on that. We're gonna give him his credit here.
Was it at 8 then? I thought it was like in his 20s then. All right. Well, yeah, we fucked up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all right. I fucked up big. I did.
God damn it.
It's okay. You know what though? I think I might be getting Bitcoin trying to get a better Bitcoin. Well, also it's not gone yet. It's not gone yet, you know? Like I said, it's supposed to go eventually. I'm just gonna hang on to it for a while. It's not like I'm gonna sell it anytime soon. I'm just gonna hang on to it. And the world's not gonna end even if I lose a lot of that money. So I mean, it's a big chunk of money for me, but it's not so much that obviously I wouldn't do so much that it's gonna ruin my life. However, if I would have bought that at 8 cents, yeah, I've been doing pretty awesome. But I didn't. So sorry, buddy. You were right. I was wrong. My brother told me the same thing when it was at 1 penny. So
I'm probably gonna throw 100 at it and see what it does, and invest soon.
Well, what it did help me learn is how easy it is to do some of this stuff on some of those apps. I'm using Robinhood, which I know fuck Robinhood, and it probably will screw me over eventually because I've done it to people before. But now that I kind of realize just how easy it is to do that stuff, I might do some more. I might probably get some Bitcoin pieces, or something. I don't know. Anyway,
somebody to help me on that shit. I want to get in on Bitcoin, but
it's super easy to do. I figured it'd be harder than it is. It isn't at all. It's really easy.
I'm kind of mad I didn't listen to Josh Lawhorn, who used to do comedy here in Cleveland, when it was it was a low number. I could have bought in at the time to Bitcoin. I'd probably be at least 100,000 there right now, which makes me sad. It really does. We could have started our own MMA organization without having to beg people for money. It's a terrible thing.
Well, we already need to do it, Ray. We could put a show on, but we have to make sure people can come first. And we have to get a promoter's license or run through someone who has a promoter's license already. But I don't know enough people that have done that already.
Not that much though.
What? No, it's doable. It's just, it's doable. Yeah, it'd be fun, but we may fuck it up. Who knows? I don't know. And I know enough people that have done them before that we, like Scott Corbin's done a lot. And Pirate Coin, that's the next one, huh? Okay. I believe you. It's not that I didn't believe you the last time. I absolutely believed you the last time. I just lazy. Anyway,
talk more about Weili Zhang versus
right.
Rose Namajunas because I have some opinions on that as well.
Go.
Get
What you
out.
got? Go.
What more do you have?
Nothing. I'm waiting. I'll get back. I'll make a pick after you do. Go.
Okay. I love the fact that Rose is being very upfront on why she is motivated to fight Weili Zhang. It's not Weili Zhang's fault.
Now Weili Zhang's fault.
Basically, Drago in this situation, and Rose Namajunas is straight up Rocky here. Fighting communism is a good thing. Fighting communism is a great thing.
Sure.
But the fact that she's using this as motivation made me laugh so hard. Like I was so when she said it, I'm like, that is the most fucking Sylvester Stallone shit I have ever heard in my life. Yes, yeah. I mean, that slam kind of fucked her up, but she did well in her last couple of fights. So, I mean, I have Rose winning this. I'm picking a side, and it's definitely not the communist Chinese. In this whole thing, USA all day, miracle. Let's make this the miracle in the octagon, the defeat of communism against everything with a small 115-pound savage known as Thug Rose. Thug Rose.
Well, there you go, Rose. Ray just put the fate of the world in your hands. You have to single-handedly defeat communism now, according to Ray. So there you go.
She's fighting communism, so she technically brought this fight on herself.
I'm pulling for her for sure because I'm a big fan of Rose and she's a beast. I mean, listen, the only time she ever looked like bad recently is when she got slammed. I mean, she was winning that fight before that, and then she beat Jessica Andrade after that, who is also fighting for a title tonight. Saturday. Dude, it's going to be great. It's going to be another really technical war, I'm assuming. I think it's going to be another 5-round fight. I don't know. It's just close. I'll pick. I want Rose to win, so I'll pick her. But the thing is, it's close. I don't know. I definitely want Rose to win. I don't know. It's going to be very close. But whoever wins this, especially if Weili Zhang wins this, I'm assuming her next fight will be against Valentina, assuming Valentina wins.
I was about to say. I was actually going to ask you that question. Do you think that's the next super fight in MMA is the 115 either going up or 125 going down?
I don't think Valentina can make 115. However, but Weili Zhang's is a pretty bulky 115 or a strawweight. So I think her moving up for sure. Rose, I don't know. At least 10 pounds. I'm sure she could do it, and she probably would. But I don't know. People were always iffy around like how much Rose is into it and whatnot. But the thing is, she fights well. So like, why don't let her talk for herself? Like people do a lot of talking for her, and it's weird. Like they said, oh, she doesn't actually want to fight for the title. She's like, I never said that. Right? That happened. She's like, who's saying that? Right? And then they said that they were going to give Carl Esparza the title shot instead of her because she didn't want the fight. And she's like, I never said I didn't want the fight. What's going on? So, she's going to fight, and I'm excited. And yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If Valentina wins, which I also expect, I think it's going to be a better fight. We'll talk about that in a second. And if Weili wins, I think absolutely they'll fight each other.
I agree on this comment, by the way. Weili may be she's a very vicious fighter. Like for a woman's mixed martial artist, Weili Zhang is one of the toughest fighters pretty much at any weight class. I honestly think if she went up to 125, she'd be a lot stronger, a lot bigger than most of the women on the roster. But sure. I do see Rose being, and what you mentioned with the Andrade fight and her talking about quitting and all that stuff, she just got dumped on her fucking head. Like, you don't think properly. I don't care who you are. You get knocked out like that, where your fucking head ricochets off of anything, you're going to contemplate quitting.
Yeah, because she said the things about being tough, being a champion, and because of that, and then she lost. People were like, "Oh, is her heart really in it?" I'm like, "Have you watched the fights, though? Have you watched the fights?"
Yeah.
Like,
her last fight was a fucking great one.
Right. And against Andrade, who beat her the first time by a slam, but she was looking good in that fight before she got slammed.
Yeah.
Shit happens, man. I mean, listen, if her heart is in it, she hasn't shown it in the octagon.
No.
And if her heart isn't in it and she's fighting like that, could you imagine what happens if her heart is ever in it? She'll be murdering people. So I think she's fine.
Yeah, no, I don't think that what she said, because like we've all you've probably had this happen where you get knocked out for a second and you're saying some dumb shit because your brain really isn't working that well.
I've never been knocked out.
You've never been knocked out?
Not knocked out. I've passed out before, but not knocked out.
I've probably been knocked out like 4 times in my life.
Unconscious? That's not good.
To where I don't really remember stuff. Yeah.
Not good, Ray. I mean, I know you're in the sport at hockey that happens a lot, but still, that's not good.
Yeah. Also, sometimes Dad would have a drink or two.
Oh, geez. Let's make this a real happy podcast.
But I've probably been knocked out like 4 times in my life. 2 of them were 2 or 3 of them were hockey. I got my favorite one. I still actually remember what happened. I had my head down, which is numero uno bad to do in hockey. You kind of have to like look around a lot and be able to read everything. But this kid comes across and all of a sudden I feel a shoulder right on this point of my jaw, and my jaw goes like and fucking I like wobbled my way back to the fucking the bench and like just sat there and tried to like gain my wits back because I couldn't feel my legs. Yeah,
it's not good.
No. And then the other one was I was rolling actually in jiu-jitsu class, and a guy had me backpacked, and probably was like 215. And I went to roll on my shoulder to kind of get to his back so I could start hand fighting. And my skull, kitty time. We need the banner.
It's kitty. It's kitty time. There it is.
Kitty time. She is so pretty. We love the cookie. Oh, yes, we do.
All right, are you done talking about your concussions? Were you done?
No, I was going to end up on how it happened.
Okay.
Was my skull goes boom, like crown of the head right into these mats that are being supported by concrete, and just knocked me out. I went limp for a second, regained, and was like, yeah, I'm going to need a break for a minute. Those are probably the 2 times I can remember getting knocked out. So it's fun.
Yeah. Well, then, knock on wood, I haven't been knocked out unconscious before. I passed out before. I passed out last year, and it was hot. I still don't know what happened. Went to the doctors. We ran tests. Never figured it out. So, oh well. But no, not getting hit and knocked out like that. Not that I know of.
The thing.
All right. So we're talking about Valentino and Andrade. Okay, we talked about this the other day too. I think this will be a really good matchup. It's a fantastic matchup. She's a smaller favorite than she's been in other fights. Valentina, I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because she's a minus 435 favorite, and that's smaller than she was against Maya or like Kachagian or I think. And then Andrade is also a 325 favorite. But you said it. I mean, Andrade has knocked people out before, and she can, but I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, I think if anyone gets knocked out, it's going to be Andrade. I think Valentina's going to beat her. I mean, Valentina's such a beast. She's so good, Ray. She's so good. Oh, so much fun to watch her fight. That's why it'd be great to see her fight another champion, whoever wins this flyweight fight. Excuse me, strawweight fight. And I think it will happen, most likely, if they can get that to worked out. But, oh, man, she's good. Andrade's also a former champion. Right, there's a lot of champions on this card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 champions. There's Weidman. So,
oh god,
hey, you forget that he was a champion?
No. Here's the thing. Actually, I unironically, I know the camera can't see it, but I'm wearing my UFC 210 shirt that I got at the show, which I actually got outside the venue. It was one of those like outside the venue, you can buy like a shirt from the event kind of thing.
Okay.
And yeah, I fucking oh that to me that was one of the most disappointing moments in UFC 210 from what I saw. And ironically, the main event, I don't remember him fighting at all on the card. I was also super drunk by the time I got there. And balls deep high. Like I was so high. It was not good, sir. Not good at all.
Yeah, man, I could give you shit, but like I said, I'm going to the Indians game tomorrow night, and that's probably going to be possibly me. I may forget the last couple innings because, and we have a hotel there, right? So we don't have to do any driving, so that's going to be definitely the plan, and we're going to be there early and probably going to go out after the game. So, yeah, almost guaranteed that's going to possibly be me too. But it's fun, and I'm excited. However, you know what? They make you sober up for those last couple innings, don't they? After the 8th and 9th, they make you sober up, right? Yeah. So maybe I'll remember the 9th inning.
You don't want the disco demolition to happen every time. Yeah, I mean, no,
for sure. No, it's going to take a whole lot. Yeah, take a whole lot for her to win for sure. And man, you see how good Valentina is, and the fact that she lost 2 decisions to Amanda Nunes. I mean, this is something we all know. Anyone who pays attention to fighting knows. But Amanda Nunes is insane. She's so good. She's so good. I mean, it's not a surprise to anyone. And then you see that they put her up against. Help me out. Who was it? Jiu-Jitsu Jessica. No,
not Penne.
No, it's you ruined it. I've almost had it, and you said that it screwed me up.
Good. I'm glad.
No, she just beat the Sarah McMahon. Yeah, she's who's that? What?
Sure.
Oh, that's all right. I'm gonna get it. Let's talk about something else. This is gonna drive me nuts.
Yeah, whatever tomato can they threw at Amanda Nunes, to be honest with you. Because they're all
not tomato cans. She's just Amanda Nunes, man. She's just insane. She's super special. Pena, Jessica, Juliana Pena.
What?
Juliana Pena.
That's it.
Yeah. Juliana Pena's only shot against Amanda Nunes that she submits her, but I don't think she's necessarily better on the ground than she is. Maybe in a gi. Maybe. I don't know. But they're not fighting geese. She gets to punch you. And she's moving back down to bantamweight because she's a beast.
Yeah, I think like that's gonna have to be the next move or vacate the belt. I mean, and be 145 champion if that's where you want to feel comfortable.
Well, she's fighting both. She's fighting bantamweight, and she's gonna fight. Look, they tell her that she can keep fighting at 145 as long as she wants. That's what they say. They may change their mind. No, yeah, Felicia Spencer's who Nunes beat last, but
yeah.
Talking about before Meekin Anderson, but I was talking about Pena. Pena is going to be the one. All right, Ray. Before we talk about the rest of these fights, we got to talk about something more important.
Yes, this is very serious. Tim's world was devastated. If you go back and watch,
I can tell you what episode it was. It was before we live streamed
on our Facebook, and give us a like as well, not a follow and a follow on Facebook. The episode is up where we talk about one of the greatest rock videos to ever exist, in my opinion. I think it's a work of art, a masterpiece, something that should be in the Smithsonian now. Given the circumstances, I get into it with a straight face. But Jim Steinman, one of Tim's favorite singer-songwriters.
Mostly a songwriter. He wasn't a fantastic singer. We're talking about that too, but no. We're talking about that too. But no, Jim Steinman, songwriter. He wrote a lot of Meatloaf stuff, also his own stuff, and Bonnie Tyler and Celine Dion. This dude. Okay, a lot of people write songs, right? People write songs. Jim Steinman wrote epics. This dude, he didn't write just. I mean, listen, I like pop punk, and pop punk's a lot of like 3 chords, right? And those are fun. But Jim Steinman, dude, that guy wrote some fantastic. I mean, listen, he had a Broadway background, and that's a lot of how his songs. sound. But if you don't know, basically most of Meatloaf's songs, "Bad Out of Hell," that whole album, like "Took the Words Right Out of Your Mouth," "Paradise" but a Dashboard Light, "Two Out of Three Ain't Bad," all those songs, "Dead Ringer for Love," then "Total Eclipse of the Heart" and "Holding Out for a Hero" and Bonnie Tyler and "It's All Coming Back to Me" by Celine Dion. Dude, man, like he had such success with Meatloaf stuff that somebody let him make his own album, which is kind of hilarious because if you look back and look at "Bad for Good," Jim Steinman's album, it's the songs are good, and Meatloaf ended up recording one of his "Heaven Can Wait," of course, another one. We can go all day, but he ended up recording "Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through." But when Jim Steinman did it,
it's named after today in honor of Jim Steinman.
We're talking about Meatloaf's video by Michael Bay from "Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through" in the '90s, which is we watched it before on this show, and it's hilarious.
Go back and watch that. Go through it. So funny. As soon as you hit that, you'll know what we're talking about.
It's so ridiculous. Michael Bay. It's so Michael Bay too. It's hilarious.
So many
and "Anything for Love," another one. But Michael Bay did that video too, which is obvious because he, instead of having the person who sang the female part in the video, he just decided to not cast her and get a hotter chick to pretend she sang it, which is so Michael Bay. That's Michael Bay to a T. It's like, no, she's not hot enough. Yes, all of those. Yes, we can go on forever. He's the man.
He was the 90s. I equate Jim Steinman and looking back on
you say 90s, I'm going to slap you. What do you mean?
80s, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
I'm starting the 70s, bad as hell.
Okay, 70s, yeah. He was on the level of like a Warren Zevon to me. Like from what I'm looking at it, I love Warren. He wrote so many songs for so many people.
I didn't say he didn't, Ray.
Why are you looking back like that?
Because we're talking about Jim Steinman.
I'm aware, but I'm equating him to a guy who all he did was write hits. Like that's all that dude did. Straight up. Like, and that's why I show respect to Jim Steinman here, because of the fact that this man basically wrote my childhood. A lot of the songs my mom and dad listened to were Jim Steinman songs. And I never knew that. I always thought it was like Meatloaf wrote fucking all the songs and was awesome. And to know a dude that actually fucking, did what he did, it's impressive. It's super impressive. Like, holy fuck, how did this man was in the background for most of it. But I also have to say, you sent me a video today of the dancers, and we'll post a thing on our Facebook, the link on our Facebook to it. Go to Bro Plata on Facebook, give us a follow and a like. And the video will be up there. You guys need to see this fucking video, that like, because the dancers are gorgeous. Like, I watched the entire thing and was mesmerized.
This is Jim Steinman's video for Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through, and there was a live performance, which is basically the same thing as the video. But the thing, like, Rockstar wasn't his thing. I mean, he was a great songwriter, but like you just tell he's like not comfortable at all. Like the stages are around him and he's just, lip syncing in the video and they're just dancing. I don't know. Like, listen, the Michael Bay video when Meatloaf did the song is fantastic, but I think the Steinman video may be my favorite. Actually, I also like that arrangement better. But it's not, oh man, he's the man. And that, yeah, watch both those videos for Rock and Roll Dreams Come Through if you haven't seen them. They're both great. Yeah, I just because Steinman just like on like a stump with a guitar and just with sunglasses on, and he seems like he's super uncomfortable. But the guy, rest in peace, sir, he died at 73. That dude, it sucks. And you know what though, Ray? Recently, a couple years ago, they started. He put a musical together. Jim Steinman's "Bad Out of Hell," the musical. A lot of songs he did with Meatloaf. A lot of his songs too. Were in a show. And they were going to start touring U.S. before COVID hit. So hopefully in a year or two, that happens again. And I wanted to go see it to begin with. I absolutely want to go see it now.
I want to see Bad Out of Hell, the musical, because that album is one of my favorite albums of Meatloaf's, just because it's got pretty much, besides the late 80s, early 90s, like hits he had with like if I would do anything for love and all those kind of like shows or songs. I'm 4 in. Yay, 4 in on proper and Mountain Dews because I'm white trash like that. But I want to see that musical. I want to see what happens with it. To be honest with you.
Well, I mean, it's been happening in other parts of the world. I think UK for like a year or two, and then like I said, it's supposed to start coming to the US last year, but COVID. So hopefully next year or so it'll come back because like I said, I definitely want to see. That comes to Cleveland. I'm going.
Yes, I'll go with you.
All right,
I'll go with you. I don't give a fuck. I want to see that.
Me too. I want to be in Bat Out of the Hell, the musical. That sounds fun.
Like a bat out of hell.
Dude, I've been trying to start a Meatloaf tribute band forever, man, but I need an entire band. And I have to shave my face, which I mean, I'll do it for the band, but
what I love about his like style is, and you even said it, is like it was an epic style. Like it was like one of them holding on for a hero. It's one of my favorite fucking 80s jams of all time. Like Bonnie Tyler to me, that one and fucking Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that he wrote Total Eclipse of the Heart makes a lot of sense knowing the kind of music Jim has done in his life. And excuse me, I was waiting for that burp. It's edgy when you burp when you burp. So sure. I want to do that. And yeah, I mean, Jim Steinman to me is like a modern day like Mozart almost with the hit that motherfucker made. Like it's
the only people that I think makes like symphonic metal from like Norway is like the only people that make epics like that anymore. It's not even the same thing, but it's like the only people that make close. Just the kind of just giant, huge songs that guys made. I mean, listen, like you had to listen to the voices that were been on his songs, so you can't like. I don't know if Rihanna could pull off a Jim Steinman song. I mean, she probably could, but I mean, like, it just wouldn't seem right. Now, Beyonce could, but I don't think any of them would be interested in it. However, the point is, like, Meatloaf, Celine Dion, Bonnie Tyler, Cher was on Dead Ringer for Love. Like, these giant voices is what you need. I mean, listen, and this is true, and he would say it himself, probably. Jim Steinman's voice wasn't big enough for a Jim Steinman song. That's why his album kind of flopped, and he had great songs on there. Actually, that fantastic intro for Holding Out for a Hero, that that part, the beginning there, yeah. That intro was he took it from one of his own songs on that By
the way, that's good right here. He saw him perform the entire
That's pretty fun.
Bat Out of Hell album. Oh, that's that, and in that 90. Okay. It's still I'm jealous of you, sir. I'm jealous. Oh,
I don't think I want to see Meatloaf now. I saw a video today and I'm like, how'd I go see him? But it's just
I would go for the story.
Yeah, that too.
It'd be like
I mean, listen, I'm sure he has a fantastic band behind him. He has to.
Yeah. I mean, but like it's like seeing Gordon Lightfoot now. Like I would go and see Gordon Lightfoot just based on the name. He's Meatloaf is one of those guys where you're like, I don't care if he looks like Shane McGowan in 2012. I am gonna go see Meatloaf live and see what happens. I don't care about the concert. I just want to see what he looks like and can he perform.
Yeah, a while back, Leon Russell was at the Kent stage, and I didn't go see him, and I should have, and then he died, and I feel bad that I didn't go see him. I should have went and saw him. But yeah, Meatloaf's kind of the same thing. If he comes around, I probably would like to go see him. But anyway, what I was saying was Jim Steinman on one of his songs off of his solo album. I don't remember which one, but that intro from Holding Out for a Hero he used. So he kind of like recycled his own intro and gave it to Bonnie Tyler, which no one really heard it because not a lot of people listen to that album. But it's a fantastic intro, and he's like, this is too good to waste. So he put it on Holding Out for a Hero, which is great. Anyway, rest in peace, sir. He's the man.
Seeing Todd Rundgren do Road to Utopia live, that would be dope. That would be hilariously awesome. I'm not going to lie, sir. Oh, I love Todd Rundgren. Well, I like the one song Todd Rundgren did, to be honest. No, you don't know what song I'm talking about?
What song are you talking about?
I don't want to work. I want to bang on the drum all day. Like, that's a good song. It's a fucking amazing song.
Sure. Who wouldn't want to bang on a drum?
Todd had one more song, and that's about it. But he was known mostly for that song. It was used in everything. Everything. Ants, I think. The movie with who married his daughter?
Matthew Broderick was in Ants, wasn't he?
No,
No, he was in Bugs Life. Which one was Ants? I don't know.
No, it was Woody Allen was in Ants.
Okay.
He played, like, one of the ants. That's why I asked, like, married his daughter. Sun Yi, that monster. Fucking monster. I want to watch that documentary, by the way, but I don't have HBO Max.
Which the
Woody Harrelson documentary?
Woody Allen. Woody Allen.
Sorry, Woody.
Have you heard of like Sean Lynch's Woody Allen stories? They're pretty interesting because he worked on one of his movies. I forget which one it was. That's our buddy Sean Lynch comic. I don't remember.
We need to get him back on the show too.
Sure, why not?
He can tell the Woody. I would love to hear him tell the Woody Allen stories. That would be fun.
Yeah, he has some good stories. Woody Allen and Dice. He has some good Dice stories too.
Oh, it's Dice. Do you know that's actually the first comic I ever heard on cassette?
I believe you.
I still to this day can recite the entire opening of Dice Man coming.
I believe you. Please don't.
No, I won't, because I'm not gonna take from a legend. Like that was it's like one time at the Funny Stop contest, I was judging with Liz Blanc and someone else, and all of a sudden we all realized, like, oh shit, this dude's biting Mitch Hedberg. Like,
yeah, that happens sometimes.
Mitch's act, right? So, like, it was when we all realized that, it was like, oh fuck, I can't. No, not for you. Can't take like jokes from the king. That's no. Yeah, so I will not do from Dice the same way I wouldn't do from Mitch Hedberg.
Do you watch any The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel? You watch any of that?
No, but I've heard good things.
Yeah, it's some of the cool stuff in the first season. There's some cool stuff that kind of shows her. There's like a montage of her like trying to figure out a joke and like trying different punchlines and stuff. And my grandparents watch it and they're like, is that kind of how it is? I'm like, yeah, kind of, except like, you know, it doesn't happen in like 3 minutes. It happens in, you know, a year or whatever, a long time. But I'm like, yeah, you try different stuff and you hope that the lines work and you try different punchlines. Yeah, sure. But one thing, and some of the things are like just in comedy in general, kind of accurate, although it was, you know, it's based back in the day, the Lenny Bruce days. But my mother said something. I don't know. Anyway, what was I going to say? At one point, her husband in the show tries comedy, and then she finds out that he's using someone else's act. And he's like, oh, and when everyone starts, everybody uses other people's stuff, and they start. And I'm like, that's not a thing. That's not a thing. Like, the other thing is a thing. That's not a thing. You don't do that. You have shit jokes. You do your own shit jokes. Damn it. So yeah, I had to say that out loud. Like, that's not a thing.
Of biting a joke. Sadly, I did it.
Yeah, you told me about it. I don't want to hear about it again because it makes me angry. Not angry. I really don't care, but
yeah, it happens. I stopped doing it, so I've gotten better because of it, which is nice.
However, if you just did like a Cosby set one night, that'd be hilarious.
Oh my god,
that'd be so funny. You just did like a deep Cosby cut.
It's everything from himself.
Sure. Yeah. I told you. I think I had it himself on vinyl.
I never owned. The only vinyl I ever owned was like Alvin and the Chipmunks, because I bought it from my local library, and I think I also bought an LP of just Louie Louie by the Kingsmen.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what? From Animal House.
I know the song. Yeah.
Um, I quit bragging, you fuck. I like the fact D-Rest is just like listing off people he's seen, and I'm just like jealous of the entire list. Like, a lot of those would be dream concerts, to be honest with you, especially Blondie, Devo, and the Cars. Like that to me, that sounds like a mega concert that costs $100. That sounds amazing. And then throw Jim Steinman in as the opening act for all of those. I think
we are from Devo country. That's where we're
yeah,
from.
we're from the area where Devo started, and they were heroes.
The Kent Akron area.
Yeah.
Also, Black Keys, Akron too.
Yeah. Michael Stanley from
Red Sun Rising that had like a #1 rock single a couple years ago. Those guys are cool. Like those guys used to play an open mic. I used to do. I don't think you were around then when we did that open mic in Akron, but like they used to play before. Then they would hang out and we would do the open mic afterwards. So it was kind of cool. They were good guys, and it was really cool to see that when they had the #1 rock single in the country a couple years ago. Because I didn't expect that. I didn't realize they were even on the cusp of that. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, what? Well, I didn't even know they, were on mainstream radio, let alone #1. So that was pretty cool.
The price makes me angry. The price, that was back in the day when that's like a Guar show in 2005. Like 2008 was like $15 to go see Guar at the House of Blues, and I would pay that all the live long day. Jealous of you. You get to see all those fucking acts for that much.
Raymond, did you see the lineup for Incarceration in September?
I
Mansfield.
Did. And actually, when I was at shout out to these guys, Revolution Fight and Fitness, and George Comer, I got to see Eric Posen, Logan Urban, all fighters that the people watching right now should know about. Eric is actually fighting very soon. I think in Pittsburgh, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
And Logan's got a fight. Today's actually Logan Urban's birthday, so happy birthday, Logan Urban, from Revolution Fight and Fitness. But while I was actually sitting in the gym getting ready for wrestling class, George Comer texts me the lineup for Incarceration. And to be honest with you, night one, I don't really give a shit, because I've seen Rob Zombie like 4 times already, so I'm kind of like, and his new stuff isn't that good. Like, what's that, Crow Killer or whatever it's called, Black
Blues,
Crow,
yeah, something like that, yeah.
I thought was probably his worst song of his career.
I don't think it's that bad.
It's bad. Like, I think it's terrible. Like this is the unrecognizable growl that he uses in his voice. And then the Crow Killer. You're like, I don't. It's dumb. I'd rather listen to like White Zombie or like Rob Zombie before that. To me, I don't think it's a good song. But
okay, well, who else is on that day? Dude, Hailstorm. Saw Hailstorm before. They're great.
Yeah,
Beartooth's cool.
A couple times.
Dude, Mudvayne's back.
I know. I'm excited, but like George Comer kind of told me a story when I was at the gym where he was like, Mudvayne is the worst show I've ever seen in my life.
I believe it, but it's because they haven't been around for so long. You're interested in it.
But like apparently the last time he saw them, he thinks they were coming down off some stuff because they were basically like not even doing like good like performance or anything like that. My night would be number 3 just based on the headliner alone. I would pay to go see Slipknot because
number 1, you got these backwards.
Huh?
Slipknot, you got these backwards. Rob Zombie is Sunday, Slipknot's Friday.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, but yeah, Slipknot, dude, and Mastodon, Kill Switch, Engage the Souls, Kill Switch, Steel Panther, that'd be fun. Steel Panther's always fun, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dude, the Who, I want to the HU Who, the Mongolian band. I want to see those guys. I want to see the Mongolian rock band. That sounds really fun.
They
No,
sold out the Grog Shop, which does is going to be doing shows again. I think tonight was the first night they had comedy. John Bruton and friends. Shout out to John Bruton. He doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be building the Bro Plata website here soon. Because we're going to be. Wednesday. I'm going to hit him up because I get paid that day. And I'm going to be like, I want one of the most streamlined podcast sites you can make. Because honestly, I want to get us on the web finally, along with, so we can have that link right to the MMA.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we don't really need it, but we probably should have it. I would like to need it, so let's have it before we need it. If there's ever a time we do need it,
exactly.
But dude, that second day, Mudvayne, A Day to Remember, Chevelle. Chevelle's a band. He's one of my favorite bands who I haven't seen. They're like on the list of like one of my favorite bands that I just, for whatever reason, have not seen. I had tickets to see him, but that was a weird thing that fell through. I was supposed to see him with Breaking Benjamin a couple years ago, but didn't work out.
See, I want to see Breaking Benjamin too.
Yeah, I saw them once in like 07 or 08 with Skillet and Seether.
Rock on the Range.
I didn't see him at Rock on the Range
to go see them.
But yeah, if you want to go to any of these, you let me know because I might go to these. I'm going to be in Mansfield Saturday.
Ooh.
But so I'm going to see my buddy who lives out there and he teaches out there. But he asked, like, do you guys want to go to the Reformatory? I'm like, nope, I do not.
Have you ever been there?
No, I'm not a ghost guy.
I wasn't. Well, I went just because of the Shawshank.
Now I'll say this: I wish the band Ghost was playing on this festival.
Me too.
I really want to see Ghost. I like Ghost. All right. Anyway.
But I went with the ex-girlfriend from Colorado. We went to that when we were coming home from Columbus. We did like a 3-day thing where we did pro wrestling in West Virginia, and then we drove to Columbus, slept the night in Columbus, which our bed had bed bugs. Feces at least. And
see, that's why me and my buddy got a nice hotel tomorrow. We spent too much money and got the high rise.
Bro, let me tell you, it does not matter at all.
You're right. I mean, it should, but yeah, you never know.
Inspect the mattress, and this goes for anybody watching this. Inspect the goddamn mattresses in every hotel you stay in, regardless. I'm jealous of this motherfucker because he got to see Metallica do Kill 'Em All at the Paramount in '83. You suck. April 19th. I love the fact he has the date too. That's fucking
Ray. You know what happens if we go to incarceration? We're gonna get hammered and we're gonna end up with Bro Plata tattoos.
Yeah, I want a Bro Plata tattoo.
I'll get one if we ever. I don't know how many.
I'll get it on my motherfucking wrist right here. The logo we have now, and then the logo that I'm going to be working on come the next couple hours because I'm going to get Canva Pro here in a minute.
I'll tell you this: I will get I don't want a tattoo, but I'll get one. Once I got to put a weird number up, like a crazy number of subscribers, like 8,000. Like, has to be a lot because I really don't want to get a tattoo, but I will. 10K. We have 25 right now. 10,000, and I'll get a tattoo.
And by
you don't hold me to it. You don't hold me to it, and I will do it because I'm a man of my word. However, that's a lot, and it probably won't happen. So that's good. Hey, man, you never know. We don't plan on quitting. You never know.
No, yeah, this is definitely. By the way, my laptop is now at a fully updated, apparently. So that's a positive. It's only been an hour and 38 in the goddamn show. But yeah, I like it. And let's run down the list of these fights, do a rapid fire, and then get the fuck out. Because thank you to everybody, by the way, that's been watching. We appreciate you guys. Anytime, leave a comment saying you're from the MMA holes. If you're an OG, no need to worry. We know who you are. And we appreciate every single one of you for commenting and liking, especially give us. And I'm gonna throw this up here just because, not explain your titty. That was my.
Well, always explain your titty.
Yes, we need to always in life. That should be your motto if you're a Bro Plata fan. Make sure if you hear bullshit, you yell, explain your titty. I honestly, it works at parties. You never get a weird look at it.
It always works. Also, we need to get, and again, like, we need some more love. We get more listeners. We'll start doing stuff like this. But I want to make Frisbees.
Yes.
I want to make explain your titty, Bro Plata Frisbees. But it doesn't make sense for us to do it right now.
Oh God!
The thing about it is, I said it out loud, so like the thing. I mean, that'd be outrageous, but the thing is, like, I would have to do it, which would kind of fucking suck. I would do it though. I don't have any either. I don't. I would do it, and the thing is, like I said it out loud, so I'll do, and Ray will hold me to it. So, I'll probably do calf. It'd probably be a calf thing. I got big calves, so I can handle that.
I would get it on my wrist. That would be where I got this shit.
That's not where I'm gonna get it.
It was kind of funny. I was thinking about getting a tattoo recently because my job pays decently, so I can kind of splurge every once in a while. And I want to actually get a Hatchet Man tattoo somewhere on my body. And I already have on this arm a Flogging Molly tattoo. And I kind of want to start a band arm, and get a band, a bunch of bands that I've seen and stuff like that. Get a guar tattoo.
Do it at incarceration. That's the thing. People are going to be rocking out, drinking beer, and get tattoos. That's the whole thing. That's why it's called incarceration. That, and it's at the prison.
Well, I mean, my thing is, if I make it through the 2 rounds of shots, I will definitely get a tattoo. I might get a 2020 somewhere on my body, just to remember the day my life completely sucked. March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. It's the day my life completely ended. It was a weird day. And then it started up again because we were able to open the state up. Yay, summertime.
Okay. Uriah Hall and Chris Weidman. Who's older, Ray?
I'm going to say.
Well, I said it out loud. So now you're thinking, what?
Because black don't crack.
They're both 30. They're both 36. I don't know who's older, but they're both 36. Former champion Chris Weidman. This fight was supposed to happen a while ago. It's just fun, man. It's going to be good. Uriah Hall retired Anderson. Well, he didn't really retire him, did he? He just kind of kicked him out of the UFC because he's going to box Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., right? Anderson Silva. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, this should be fun, man. Weidman Hall, these guys have both been around for a while. They're always fun to watch fight. I'm excited they're fighting each other finally. I got Hall, but I can see Weidman still got a little bit in him, but I'm picking Hall. I think he's probably the favorite. Let me check. What do you got?
Honestly, based on striking alone, I got Uriah Hall going into this. I think Weidman, with his grappling, if he can get inside, get some trips, get some takedowns, he might make a fight out of this, but I've got Uriah Hall by decision. He's a lanky fighter, and I honestly think that he's going to use a lot of his kickboxing against Weidman, and that was sort of until, ironically, I'm wearing the shirt. Weidman's big downfall against Gegard Mousasi was Musasi's kickboxing was way better than Chris Weidman, and also takedown defense was able to keep Weidman busy for a while until he lifted up. So I think honestly, I got Uriah Hall in this just based on the striking alone.
Hall is it's basically a pick on. Hall's a plus 100 underdog to Weidman, but Weidman's minus 125 favorite, but it's pretty darn close. That line may change by Saturday. And then Anthony Smith and Jimmy Crute. This is fun, sir. All right, Crute is a favorite, minus 200 favorite. Anthony Smith plus 160 underdog. Crute's been knocking people out. He has a lot of subs, man. He likes to get guys down. He likes to use his ground game, and he has a nasty ground game. But So does Anthony Smith, man. He's a black belt. He had a sub in his last fight. So I would love to see this fight be a grappling match between two light heavyweights. That'd be fun. Pick and Crute. Want Anthony Smith to win because I don't want him to be done. But I don't think he will be. I mean, he had two pretty bad losses there in a row. But then he came back and he won his last fight pretty quickly. Anthony Smith?
Yeah.
He's young. I mean, he's like 35 or at least.
I think what, late 20s?
Anthony Smith? No.
Anthony
Smith. He has like 1,000 fights. I'll look it up. But no, he's in his 30s at least.
I thought he was like 28, 29.
No. Where? Why can't I? Oh, there he is. All right.
Let's see how old Anthony Smith is.
He is 32.
Oh, okay. So he's
actually younger than I thought it was. But yeah.
I mean,
the dude has 50 fights or something like that. He's been around forever.
Oh yeah, but I honestly, I got Anthony Smith.
50 fights.
I got Anthony Smith in this fight. He's been on a little bit of a tear.
He's won one fight. That's a little bit of a tear.
Yeah, I mean, he came
before
back.
that, he got his ass kicked by Rakic and Glover Teixeira, which both of those fights weren't good. But he did come back and he beat Devin Clark pretty quickly with that triangle.
Yeah. So I'm going to pick Anthony just because I want to be contrary here.
That's fine. That's fine. You're wrong, but actually, I want Anthony Smith to win, so I don't really care. I mean, Crute's badass Australian kid, though. He's good. Knocks people out. He subs people. He's really fun. He's going to be a big name in that division pretty soon. I think he's only like 24 or 25. So, this will be a big stepping stone for him. If he does beat Smith, he's going to fight some monsters after this. Probably will either way because he's a tough kid. And then I think the one prelim card fight I want to talk about is Cowboy Oliveira and Randy Brown. That's fun. That's supposed to happen a while ago, right? And then somebody got COVID or hurt. I think it was Randy Brown. And then they had somebody for Cowboy, and then that fell through. Randy Brown is tough, man. He's a long dude. I remember him. People remember him getting knocked out by Ian Heinisch of his back. But besides that, he's a tough dude.
I think Smith had a little head emo trouble for a little while. I mean,
he got attacked in his home, bro. Like, what do you expect?
Oh God, I love T-Rex.
Did this happen recently? Did this happen? I mean,
she was triggered by, what was it, ice cream or something?
Oh, frozen yogurt. That's right. Yeah.
Whatever it was, something rich and white girl thing, some rich white girl thing that they only give a fuck about if it's affecting them. It's like, shut the fuck up. Ugh.
I love she was a Rogan. She was talking about how she was on Barney when she was 7, and like she was like a child star. I'm like, Tim Dillon was also on Barney when he was like 10.
Yeah.
But it screwed him up in a different way, apparently. Tim Dillon's my favorite person on earth.
I would love to get Tim Dillon on this show and not talk a single thing about fighting. Not
at all. Of course not. Sure. Randy Brown lost his last fight. He got knocked out by Vicente Luque, but that happens. Vicente Luque is a beast. Then he won. He beat Worley Alves with the triangle, and Brian Barberina with a TKO'd him back in 2019. Before that, he lost the price. And anyway, Brown is a beast. I'm picking Randy Brown against Cowboy, but it should be fun, man. It should be a bit of a war. Every time Cowboy Oliveira fights is a war, so that should be fun. Also, I think I'm picking Demi Lovato to beat Heroin again if it happens. I think she's gonna, keep her distance. I think she's gonna pick it apart from the outside, and win this on decision. I think she's gonna beat the smack by decision. I believe close decision, but a decision nonetheless.
Well, apparently in her life, Smack has had her in backpack position for a couple years.
Yeah, but she's gotten out of it. She didn't think she would, but she did.
She shrimped very well, was able to get out of it and get into side control a few times out of against it. But those track marks run deep, sir, and those are called mental wounds. And you never really, if you're an alcoholic, you and I both know what it's like to be just total dirtbags. And I honestly think there are times where you give in. And I'm going to say in this fight that Heroin is definitely the highly favorited underdog in that fight against Demi Lovato. And I've got the underdog all day.
Yeah, I don't think Heroin ever loses. I mean, there's been some draws.
Yeah.
But never lost. Man, that's sad, dude. One of my good buddies died a year ago on 420, and that was a year. It's been a year already. I can't believe that. Yeah. Also, we don't know for sure what happened because we didn't ask a lot of questions, but that was a guess, and man, that sucked. Don't laugh. I'm being serious.
Well, no, the way you said it was funny.
Well, I mean, like there's a toxicology report coming, but we're like, it doesn't matter. Like it does. He's gone. It doesn't really matter. I mean, yeah, for his family, it didn't matter for us. We didn't ask.
I've lost guys I've known from heroin. I've never done it myself, but
hey, you know what? According to Sean O'Malley, then it's like it's your fault, man. If you can't shake it, it's your fault. You're not strong enough mentally. You know who else said that? Every single person who died from overdose. Right? All right.
Shit happens. I mean, it's you never. People become. I mean, we're both addicts to a point.
Meh, soft.
Yeah, we're very soft addicts.
Pretty soft.
We're not.
I mean, it's just the. Well, I mean, listen, if it's anything for me, it's like food because I'm a fat dude. I'll say that, but like alcohol, yeah, I have my moments, but I don't drink every day. But it's not great, but it's it could be worse.
I mean, I'm drinking whiskey for fuck's sake. So
I'm drinking bourbon. But the thing is, like, we're podcasting, we're hanging out, we're having fun, we're hanging out. I'm hanging out with you. I'm hanging out with everybody else here. That's what we do. We hang out together. We're partying. That's what our podcast is. It's just let's hang out and bullshit. All of us together. That's what the podcast is.
Absolutely, and we appreciate all porn. Sometimes it depends on if we have a paywall. We need a paywall to show porn, and I want to get to that point in my our podcast. Where we can do paywall, and then I'll be like, "Hey Tim, check this porn out." And then it's
right now that you're making money, did you sign up for Jessica I's OnlyFans yet?
No, I don't do OnlyFans. I do girls that are on OnlyFans. I don't do OnlyFans as like a simp.
Remember you want to see that Jessica I naked? You do.
No, not really. I mean, if I'm gonna, she lives.
I don't. You do.
I would love to, but I'm not going to pay for it. I'll wait for a fappening to happen.
A what? I don't even know what that is.
You don't remember the fappening where like a bunch of celebrity nudes like got released and stuff like that?
Oh, okay. No, but okay.
Yeah, it was like, I want to say it was a couple of years ago. There was a bunch of celebrities. Scarlett Johansson, I think, was one of them. And then there's WWE and some UFC. Like I've seen, I think, Jessica Andrade naked. Not a fan, to be honest. Yeah, there was a few. One was Paige from the WWE. She was getting railed by a guy who's a current star and a guy that's her boyfriend at the time. Come on. How can you not? Like that's.
Didn't she like bypass OnlyFans, just like open her own site? It's like, no, I'm paying those fees.
I thought it was. I would love to see what Beck Rawlings, if she was on fucking OnlyFans.
She is.
Is she?
I think so. Yeah.
Then I might have to pay for an OnlyFans account.
So we talked about that because we were talking about fighters on OnlyFans months ago. I think it was because of the that was the one that started it because we saw the article about Becca Rawlings.
Yeah, she's fighting soon too. I think
in bare knuckle.
I believe, something like that. I subscribe to her Facebook, and she's been training. The first ever female. I think she was the first ever female Police Gazette champion for female bare knuckle boxing.
Okay.
Which, to be honest with you, and you guys leave a comment on what you think of BKFC or the sport of bare knuckle boxing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sadly, I'm going to probably pay that 12, whatever, the $13 or whatever it is to buy the bare knuckle TV stuff. because I want to talk more bare knuckle boxing on this show and get the word out because it's brutal, it's violent, it's everything I've ever wanted in a professional sport ever in one shot. And it's blood, guts, and way too many broken knuckles. My favorite bare knuckle fight of this generation has to be Felony Bennett, who Felony is actually on the MMAholes.com. They have a mobile feed for anytime Felony Bennett from my rival UFC in 10 years. I don't know.
He said it may rival. He said a BKFC may rival the UFC in 10 years or less.
I don't see it happen.
Well, I hope not, man. Only because listen, they're backing up ring trucks for people. They're definitely paying money for it, right? But the thing is, I just don't think it's really nearly as exciting as. I mean, I think it's okay, but I don't think it's as more exciting than MMA. I don't think so at all. But it's not bad. It's okay. It's better than I thought it would be when I heard about it.
What I like about bare knuckle boxing in general is it's a throwback to a bygone era. It's throwing back to something that used to happen in like warehouses in fucking New York. Like that's for some reason there's like a gangster feel to two people with wrapped fists and their knuckles are exposed and they're gonna throw punches. I don't know why. I fucking love it. Like there's just I don't care what Rogan says. I don't care what any MMA fighter says. Do it. And I honestly, we've said this before, John Gunther. I want to see John Gunther in bare knuckle fighting once just because of his mustache.
He'll do. He said he wants to do it. Yeah, someone needs. Call him. Call John Gunther. He'll do it. He'll do it. I don't know if he'll win because boxing isn't really his strength in fighting, but he'll do it.
Yes,
he'll have a good mustache. He'll look good doing it.
Well, by the way, we didn't get to, did we get to talk about that, by the way? I don't think we did on Monday. Did we? A little bit?
What?
He said Fight Club. D-Rest did. We talked about the Ben Askren Logan Paul fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Go watch that episode because fuck them both.
I think it's pretty funny that what?
Did you see Dana said he's gonna sue Logan Paul?
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, because well, I mean, really, what's gonna happen is somebody's gonna send those guys like a cease and desist letter if they haven't. I think they have already. Just getting another one because they keep calling out his fighters, which they're under contract. You're not supposed to do that. I mean, but the thing is, he did give him one of his fighters. However, Ben Askren's retired. He's not going to fight in the UFC anymore. They still had it okay because he's still under contract. However, stop it. Stop doing that. Just fight a boxer. We talked about that before. There's plenty of people you can find that are boxers. Or I don't know. Dylan Dennis is with Bellator, but yeah, I mean, like Dennis says, leave my fighters alone, dude. We have them under contract to fight for us. Stop bothering them. He needs to. Now there's a thing with Tyron Woodley or whatever. Whatever. That's dumb.
Hey, Tim, I'm going to take a pee break. Is that okay, buddy?
I thought we were done. We're not done?
I mean, if you want to be done, we can be.
I thought we were done. Do we have anything else?
No.
Not really. Yeah, I thought we were done.
Well, then guess what, sir? We're done. Thank you to everybody that is watching and commenting. Tell your friends. Thumbs up the video. Subscribe. Leave a comment on our YouTube channel. That's how we get an algorithm going. It really helps us in the long run. Tim, do you have anything to talk about?
I don't know. Not really.
Okay. Turn that off. That's not good. No problem, D-Rest. I just want to put this out here. He thanked us. You're welcome. Thank us by sharing it out with your friends.
He does, man. He left us a nice comment last time. We appreciate it.
We appreciate it, dude. Like, you have no idea how much you guys mean to us. The MMA Holes OGs that we recognize, Casey Jones, D-Rex. You can't really hear them. For being with us. Tim, Play us out with that song.
Because while we lay down together,
You
we'd
guys
be
have
listening to
a great
the
day.
radio so loud and so strong.
Have a good night.
Coming like a gift of the gods. Someone must have blessed us when he gave us the songs.